Hello again, everybody. Lance Wrestling, Dave Brown, right along ringside, ready to go with another big championship wrestling action. By golly, fired up. We got some tag team matches scheduled today. That won't quit, David.
You are right. Opening match of the day. Buddy Wayne, David Oswald in here. They will be going against the Gibson brothers, Rick and Robert. That's just the opener. Another tag team match, and I'm waiting for this one. It's going to be Bill Dundee, handsome Jimmy Valiant on one side of the ring.
Ooh.
On the other side, it'll be David Schultz and Dennis Condrey.
Oh, man, how about that? Dr. D and Dennis Condrey going against the superstar and Mercy, handsome Jimmy.
Indeed, and that's not all. Expiration of time match then coming up. Jerry Bryant, Rick Morton to go against Paul Ellering and Ali Hassan.
I got to tell you some videotapes, too, Davey, that we have a match that took place between Sonny King and his brother Shaft and Ray Candy and Sugar Bear Harris. We're going to be seeing all of that action in there, plus some other. We better get into it if we got all that to go. We'll be back with wrestling action in the ring just one moment.
Gentlemen, now's your chance to see 13 of the world's greatest professional wrestlers featured in a triple main event at the National Guard Armory in Buchel. That's right. Tonight at 8 o'clock, you can see Big Walter Johnson, ex-pro football player with the Cleveland Browns, versus the fabulous Joe Valiant. And the Von Bronner twins versus Louisville's own Joe Hall and Bill Helm for the United States Tag Team title. See other great stars like Dale Mann versus Ron Starr. See midgets versus midgets, girls versus girls. You can even see the Masked Assassin versus a 750-pound wrestling bear. Buy your tickets in advance and save $1. Day of Fight, $4 and $5 each available for adults, $3 for children. This is a chance in a lifetime to see championship wrestling at its best. That's tonight, beginning at 8 o'clock at the National Guard Armory in Buchel. That's tonight, championship wrestling, beginning at 8 o'clock at the National Guard Armory in Buchel. Don't miss it.
Nowadays,
One fall, 10-minute time limit match at a total weight of 468 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, Buddy Wayne, and from Jonesboro, Arkansas, David Oswald. At a total weight of 454 pounds on the right of your screen. From Pensacola, Florida, Rick and Robert Gibson. This is a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Referee, Jerry Calhoun.
The very popular Gibson brothers going against Buddy Wayne and David Oswald. Wayne, a veteran with good experience. David Oswald, young fella, very aggressive, and we're ready to do it, David.
It's Robert Gibson against Buddy Wayne as we're underway. Robert Gibson with the headlock. Buddy Wayne picking him up in the air. Robert Gibson hangs on. Buddy Wayne finds himself on the mat still. Victim of the headlock. He breaks out of it. Threw Robert Gibson into the ropes. Knee lift. Robert hits the mat. Quickly tags his brother. Here's Rick. Buddy Wayne, meanwhile, has gone to the corner. He's tagged David Oswald. Oswald body slammed by Rick Gibson. He gets a knee lift. Puts Oswald on the mat. Oh, Gibson. Like he was trying to drop him down to small package, but Oswald broke out of it. Went with a step over toe hold. Gibson works his way out. He goes with a toe hold. Tags his brother. Here's Robert coming back in. A little pressure on the upper leg. As Robert Gibson, please stay put there as he came into the action. Robert takes over the toe hold. Tags Rick. Rick over the top rope. So swings down. Drops on the leg. David Oswald. Rick makes the tag. Gibson brothers with that quick tag. Boy, they have some fine, fine teamwork. We're about a minute and a half into the action. Gibson's making the quick tag. David Oswald on the mat. Buddy Wayne trying to cheer David Oswald on. Oswald does break out of it, and he gets the tag. Here's Buddy Wayne against Rick Gibson. Buddy Wayne with a headlock. Rick Gibson fires him into the ropes. Over the shoulder, coming off of there, and Buddy Wayne, all 246 pounds of him, hits the mat. Gibson's make a tag. Buddy Wayne into the ropes. Robert Gibson, good drop kick, puts Wayne on the mat, a cover. count of one's all he gets. Buddy Wayne quickly to the corner. David Oswald coming back in. Oswald with a headlock on Robert Gibson. He gets the tag. Buddy Wayne comes back in. They double team Robert on the exchange. Tag made, and here's Oswald with a left hand. 2.5 minutes in. Oswald on the mat. Robert Gibson with the wrist lock. Hair pulling by Oswald. He yanked Robert down to the mat. Rick is there, though, after the tag. Ooh, a suplex. Rick Gibson follows with the lower part of the leg across the forehead. 3 minutes, 15 seconds gone. Oh, look at that teamwork. Rick set him up. Robert right there. The count is 3, and that is it. 3 minutes, 28 seconds of action. And the Gibson brothers, boy, I'm amazed by these guys' teamwork every time I see them. They anticipate each other's moves. Each knows where the other is at all times. And they put it together for a victory there over the team of Buddy Wayne and David Oswald.
Boy, I'll tell you, like they say, man, it didn't take them long to look at a horseshoe. When they got it going, you could just see it coming. Rip fired him in, backdrop, bam with the elbow to cover 1, 2, 3, and how much time did it elapse?
3:28.
3 minutes and 28 seconds. First victory goes to the team of Rick and Robert Gibson over Buddy Wayne and David Oswald. Action also took place in the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee, in a match that really had some heavyweights. I want you to look at the size of these guys if you can appreciate it. Sonny King and his brother Shaft went in against an even bigger team with Sugar Bear Harris and his brother Ray Candy. Let's take a look at the action as it happened. It's got something around Sugar Bear's neck. Forcing him in the corner. The referee saying, let's break it out. Oh, it's a string. I can see it now. Looks like a shoelace or something out of his tights. Referee Jerry Calhoun really having his work cut out for him this afternoon, as he's dealing with mammoth guys in there. Referee inspecting Sonny King. Sonny had dropped that string down on the canvas. Now he attacks Sugar Bear Harris again. Ray Candy back behind Sonny King, taking a knee wrap off. He comes over and grabs Sonny. The referee says ring the bell. Shaft getting beaten on Ray Candy. 8 minutes and 9 seconds. The bout is stopped. Sonny caught using that string on Sugar Bear. Ray Candy just openly going in to help his brother out. Had that knee wrap off. Now Sugar Bear's got it on Sonny. While Shaft and Ray Candy are going at it. Jerry Calhoun saying, help him. Bring somebody in here. Let's help me out. Boy, how'd you like to be in the middle of guys? The smallest one is Sonny King, who weighs about 255. Sugar Bear at 300. Candyman at about 290. Shaft right at 270. Referee Paul Morton comes in to try to help out Jerry Calhoun. I don't know whether he's going to be much help. He does have Sugar Bear and Sonny separated. Ray Candy. Uh-oh, Sugar Bear now got Shaft with that knee wrap. The official time was 8:09. Man, I'll tell you, that was some kind of brawl and a half. There's going to be more about that. We're going to be back with more wrestling action in just a moment. Back to Wave Country's Championship Wrestling in the ring in just a moment. We got action coming up Tuesday night at the Gardens. Want to remember, Tuesday night, that's what you're talking about. We'll give you the entire card a little bit later, but I do want to mention two particular bouts. One, a back alley street brawl combined with a strap match where a strap will be on the top of a 10-foot pole involving the superstar Bill Dundee, Jerry Jarrett against Jimmy Hart and Ali Hussein. This is an unusual match, Bill, and it should be something that'll have more action than you can shake a stick at.
You said that right, Lance. This match was designed to get you, Snake. You've been in one before. You know what it's all about, and the people know how they work. Lance, usually when you get them down to the birthday suit, the match is over. Well, yeah, the back alley street brawl is over. Then the pole match starts hot. That's when it's legal to go get the strap and bring it down and whip the skin off of the people that has got nothing on. And that's going to be you and the oil sheik. Because I hate you, Snake, and I hate paying $1.50 for gas. And the people do it, Sheik, and we're going to take it at you, hi, brother. And that's a promise. Because Jerry Jarrett's the best there is at this kind of match. Thank you, Lance.
What a combination. And here's a guy that can get up that pole and down it so fast you wouldn't believe it. Then there is going to be a title match. Southern heavyweight champion, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, goes against the big strong man right out of Minnesota, Paul Ellering. Handsome Jimmy.
He stole it, Lance. He stole the crown. He stole it like a thief in the night, baby. Like a camp burglar. Him and the Snake, they stole it, brother. Ellery, you want to be the king so bad. You're not. I am. You want to be the champion so bad. You're not. I am. I'm putting this champion belt up, brother. I'm bringing it to Louisville. It's going to be me and you, and I'm going to prove to you, in front of all those fans in Louisville, brother, you're not the king. You're not the champion. I am. Ellery, if you got the guts, wear that crown to the ring, brother, and I promise all you fans, I'll slap it right off your head.
That's a mad Handsome Jimmy. You be there Tuesday. It, of course, is always a pleasure to be associating with champions, and a particular pleasure with these two gentlemen right here, Billy Robinson, Ken Lucas, the new Southern Tag Champions. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Lance. Lance, I'd like to say that it's a real privilege and honor to wear these Southern Tag Team belts on behalf of myself and Billy Robinson. Myself and Billy trained very, very hard. We knew what we was up against, and I'd like to thank all the people for their very, very fine support also. But I'd like to say one thing, Lance. When you have these belts, as long as you, and naturally you make more money when you have the belts, it's an honor and a privilege, like I said, to wear these belts. But you've got every top team in the country coming in to try to get you, to try to get the belts away from you. And myself and Billy know what we're going to be up against because they got some of the finest competition in the world right here in this vicinity. But we're going to do one thing, and we want to be the people's champion, and we're going to do everything we can to hold these belts for a long time.
It's kind of like the old guns in the old West that you hear about, Billy, the top gun that somebody's always wanting to challenge him in there and see if they can't get a piece of him, and that's the way it's going to be.
Fair enough. We'll wrestle anybody anytime, but there's one thing I want to say. Sure, yeah, I'm proud of being a champion. We fought very hard for it, and we won it, and we're going to keep on winning. But I'll tell you something, I'm not satisfied. You know, I'm normally a quiet-spoken person, and I believe that actions speak louder than words. But I was hurt. I was nearly put out of wrestling. And I will not be satisfied until I've got even with the Assassins. And when I say even, we've got part of the way there. We've taken the championship away from them. But that's not enough. I want to expose them. I want to take those masks off them. And that will expose them. But that, again, is not enough, Lance. I want to tell you once, and I want to say it now. I want to hurt them, and when I mean hurt, I mean physically hurt, and put them out of wrestling and put them in hospital. I'm saying no more.
Okay, Billy Robinson, Ken Lucas, Southern Tag Champs, the AWA representatives, and there's some kind of stuff. I will say right here and now, I got to be honest about it, there are a lot of people that never believed that the mighty Assassins would be beaten. That this is a team that always believed it. Ken and Billy never had any doubt about it, and by golly, they did it. Let's take a look at how they won those titles from the Assassins. Billy Robinson, Ken Lucas against the Assassins. Robinson on the ropes. Oh, yeah. Billy straddling that arm as he came down, now goes after the other assassin. He fires Ken Lucas into the assassin. There goes Robinson out of the ropes. I didn't even see how that happened. I'm sure you did. But they are caught right up above us. Ken kicks the assassin down. Looked to me like he loaded up that headgear. Here's Robinson from the outside. Billy knocked over on the table. Into the rope, 2, 3, he got him. That's the championship. "14 minutes, 25 seconds. The new champions, Billy Robinson, Ken Lucas." Some happy people, I'll tell you, when there's all that action for a fact. Okay, we've got more wrestling action in the ring with Dr. D and Mr. C coming in here against the Superstar and Handsome Jimmy. We'll be back to it in just a moment.
We're about ready to go. The next match, there is one of the participants right there, the king, the new king.
Don't be too sure you're ready to go. It may take him 35 minutes to decide to get him.
You have a very good point there. Handsome Jimmy Valiant from the Big Apple.
The Silver King coming over with crown.
Woo! Let's see, baby. You can dig it, brother. Star Wars is back. King of the United States, baby. Hey, the only man that can reunite the Beatles. The only man that can reunite Superstar Billy and Star Wars Jimmy, baby.
Best of luck, Dave.
All right. He's headed back in the general direction of his corner. Climbing up on the apron. This is going to be one fall, 10-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total of 483 pounds on the left of your screen. From Jackson, Tennessee, Dr. D. David Schultz. And from North Carolina, Dennis Condrey. Going against him at a total of 483 pounds. Or rather, 453 pounds. From Australia, the Superstar, Bill Dundee. And from New York City, Handsome Jimmy Valiant. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Here comes the crown jewels, Davey.
Right.
Yes, sir. Be right back, brother. Be right back, baby.
Handsome Jimmy said he'd be right back.
Yeah,
Pick
be
up
right
all
back.
those refinements over here.
Got his eyes and the silver and all of that.
Dr. D, Mr. C, let's see who's going to be starting on this side of the ring, Conrad or Schultz. All right, David Schultz, start time, here we go.
Schultz went in there after Dundee. Dundee drags him across the ring, bounced him on his back, and right there was Handsome Jimmy out on the apron. Star Wars. Dundee in the headlock, not for long. Well, he broke out of it. Got a quick wrist lock and forced Schultz down to the mat. He's back to the corner, and here comes Handsome. Dr. D back to his corner. He goes for the tag, and here's Dennis Condrey. Oh, look out. Jimmy Hart out here. Jimmy Hart has just stolen the crown of Handsome Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't know it. Jimmy engaged against Dennis Condrey, and Dundee and the crowd trying to tell him kind of what happened. Dundee is saying, hey, don't forget, we got a match here. David Schultz says, oh, we got him now. Don't be too sure. Star Wars. Dennis Condrey back on his feet. Jimmy Valiant right there to put him back down. Bill Dundee helps from outside. The tag. Dundee meets him with the forearm. Dundee, I'm not sure. Yeah, he popped him with a fist. Andre bites the dust. One. Count of two. David Schultz in there to break it up at the 2 count. Dundee starts after him. Condrey grabs him from behind, and now both of them on Dundee. Condrey. What a backflip on Dundee. One. Handsome Jimmy is there to break up the count at 2. Condrey with Dundee. Head popped into the turnbuckle. Condrey covers. Referee is trying to get Handsome Jimmy back to his corner, though, so the referee does not start the count. Tag made, and here comes Dr. D, David Schultz. We're 3 minutes into the action. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Dr. D, David Schultz with Bill Dundee in a hold. He's forcing his chin back. Right. Dundee breaks a hold. On his feet. Dundee body slam Schultz. The cover 1, 2. But David Schultz breaks the cover at the 2 count. Tagged by Dundee and Handsome Jimmy. Oh. He did an old Three Stooges number on him. Poked him in the eye. He was warned about it by the referee, Valiant. Valiant into the turnbuckle. Schultz follows him in there, but Valiant was gone. Valiant round behind full Nelson, or a modified full Nelson, on David Schultz. Dundee off the rope with a right fist, and did he unload on David Schultz. Dennis Condrey in after the tag. Dennis on one knee saying, okay, enough of this brawling. Let's be friends. Dundee shakes his hand and then pops it. Well, Dundee knows better. There's a cover. 1, 2. 2 count. It's broken by Condrey. Condrey. Side suplex on Dundee. He can't follow up with a cover, though, because he hit pretty hard on his back himself. He wants a tag on Dr. D, David Schultz. Can't get to it. Dundee. Oh. Dundee put Condrey into the rope. Condrey with the shoulder butt coming off of there, and both of them on the mat. Condrey close to a tag on Schultz. He gets it. Can Dundee get the tag on Valiant? No. David Schultz got the tag, but Dundee unable to make it all the way to the corner. Cover 1. Count of 2, and Handsome Jimmy saves the day again with a well-placed foot on David Schultz. Valiant and Condrey about to get into it. Referee trying to save. He can get a little order restored. Boom! Dundee with a cover. Handsome Jimmy with a cover. But look out, David Schultz has got a foot on the bottom rope. The count will not start. Handsome Jimmy and Condrey still going at each other. Everybody in the ring. Dundee, right fist to the jaw. But from behind, Dennis Condrey got him in the back as he was headed back for the corner. Oh, what a battle this one's been all the way. Leg high in the air, and he caught Bill right across the throat. A cover by Schultz, but Handsome Jimmy is there again before the count could start. Dennis Condrey comes in as Baggett and Schultz are going at each other. It's Condrey and Dundee. Schultz and Dundee, the two legal men in the ring. Handsome Jimmy back out on the apron. Dennis Condrey climbing the ropes in his corner. We're at 6 minutes, 50 seconds of the action. 6:50 expired. It's a 10-minute time limit match, remember. Dennis Condrey grabs Dundee from outside. Dr. D challenging Handsome Jimmy over across the way. 7 minutes gone. That means there are 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left in a 10-minute time limit match. Dundee walking to the corner with the tag. He was confident he had it. Condrey caught him from behind, 6 inches away from the tag on Handsome Jimmy. Dundee has to stay in there. Clothesline by Condrey. Count is 1, 2. 2 count. Dundee breaks it. It was 2.9, really. It was so close to the 3 count when Dundee broke it. Condrey, Schultz, tag. Top of the head, a forearm by David Schultz. Count of 1, 2.
Oh,
2 count at Dundee. Yeah, boy. Last instant. Dundee on his feet. Schultz drops with that big forearm. Dundee had moved that time. There's a tag. Dundee went after Schultz. Tag had already been made on Condrey. Condrey, abdominal stretch, but Handsome Jimmy. Well, Handsome Jimmy trying to get in there to help out, but the referee sends him back to the corner. David Schultz off the ropes. There's a cover, 1. Dundee slips out of it. He slipped the cover.
Now they're getting on the referee about not counting.
Condrey hits hard. Time is beginning to be a very definite factor. There's a cover, 2. 2 count on Condrey. Here comes Handsome Jimmy as Dundee gets the tag. 1 minute left. 1 minute. 1 minute left in the time limit. Condrey, Schultz run together by Handsome Jimmy. Schultz and Condrey meet again in the center of the ring. Cover by Baggett on Schultz. 1, 2. 2 count. And Schultz breaks out of it. Dundee with a cover on Condrey. But it's Handsome Jimmy and Schultz. They're the two people in the ring. We have 30 seconds left.
Time about out, Dave.
15 seconds.
15 seconds to go. We are out.
That's it.
Nope.
That is it.
Nope,
Time
Billy.
is up. Dundee going for the sleeper on Schultz, but time has expired.
Yeah, maybe some personal satisfaction, but it's all over, Dave. That's it.
Right, it's going to be a draw. 10 minutes, the full time.
Time's up.
Time is
All
up.
there is to it. Time is up, Dennis. New.
Boy, what a match.
Both teams dissatisfied. Both of them want some more action in there, but the time is up. Yeah. Jimmy, you get your eyes and your silver and the whole Magilla there. Okay. So it ends up as a draw as the 10-minute time limit went by. And we ended up with no pin. Boy, they were close in there, as a matter of fact. Handsome Jimmy had a situation in there while the referee was trying to get Dundee and we had it taken in the back, Jimmy. Don't worry about it. Nobody stole it. Worried about his crown, huh?
They did. Steve.
Oh, did they? Did I miss it?
Jimmy Hart came out here and grabbed the crown. He was out here in a flash, took the crown, and headed right back. Handsome Jimmy was involved in the action with Condrey at the time, and he didn't see what happened. But that's what happened to it. Hart's got it.
We'll take time out right now, and we're going to be back with more action in just a moment. Okay, Channel 3's Championship Wrestling back to the ring in just a moment, but by golly, we got plenty of it. I want to tell you for a fact, Tuesday night, we told you, the Louisville Gardens, and don't forget, Tuesday night on the regular night. Listen to the entire card that'll be coming up Tuesday. What a bunch of names. Steve Regal and Rick Morton open against Buddy Wayne and David Oswald. Here is a match that'll be worth the price of admission in itself. Take my word for it. 4 big, big guys. Some brothers are going to be there. Sugar Bear Harris and his brother, the Candyman Ray Candy, going against Sonny King and his brother Shaft. Then it's going to be the Gibsons, Rick and Robert, against David Schultz and Dennis Condrey. Billy Robinson and Ken Lucas against the Assassins in a Southern Tag Team Championship match with a title against the Mask. We've already told you the back alley brawl with a pole match attached. Hart and Hussein against Dundee and Jarrett. The Southern Heavyweight title match with Handsome Jimmy going against Paul Ellering all Tuesday. Hey, we got action that fortunately took place somewhere else. Listen, as we went away, what happened? Handsome Jimmy and Bill Dundee came roaring out, and they were running around after Ellering, who had taken the crown and all. Okay, I want to get back to what I was saying. We had some action between David Schultz and the Gibsons, Robert Gibson in particular, and Rick Gibson went against Dennis Condrey. It's interesting, the interplay between the two matches. I want you to take a look because Robert had this match won. In a lot of opinions. I guess I'm going to have to if you're coming out here to make your comment. Let's do it right and get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Everything I do is right, Daddy. Everything the heartthrob here does
David,
is right.
I was getting ready to show some action that took place between you and Robert and Dennis and Rick. So if you guys could hold what you've got to say.
Anytime you put me on the tube, Daddy, put it.
Okay, can I do that? Let's take a look right now. Mid-South Coliseum,
Hello,
David Schultz against you. You'll get a chance. Don't worry. Action with a match. David Schultz, you're looking at him. Dr. D, as he calls himself. Dave stands about 6'4", 6'5", weighs in at 265. Big scoundrel. Jackson, Tennessee is his home, or was his home. He is going against Robert Gibson, the younger of the Gibson brothers, out of Pensacola, Florida. And David is down. Single leg sweep. Look at here. Man, this action I don't believe. These are not junior heavyweights in there either. And look at that action. We're about 4 minutes into the bout. So one fall, 15-minute time limit match. Referee is Paul Morton. Mid-South Coliseum. Filling up on a Sunday afternoon. Dr. D going for something in there. I watch him, Rep. I see. Grabbed him by the midsection of his wrestling attire and jerked him into that knee. Again. Over the shoulder, cover 2, and Robert is out. Ooh. Robert Gibson thrown into the ropes. He almost flipped over. He was able to get his hand down on the apron. And Schultz just keeps charging in there. With Robert hanging over the ropes and the referee gets him back, he just charges again. One, two, and Robert slips out. 2 count, that's all. Up on a second rope is Dr. D. And he missed. Oh, that had to hurt. Any way you look at it. Boy, he hit that deck hard. Robert rolled away. Okay, now it's at that point right there, David, I made an honest appraisal. I thought that Robert Gibson had you beat right then and there. Bam, a big drop kick in there. Took you down on the action. You were down on the mat. Now, all right, now just stand there and watch it. Step over toe hold. Robert Gibson in control. He's going in for that bridge. And who is that?
Who
Dennis
is it?
Condrey.
Did you see
That's
it,
who it
Dennis
was.
Condrey?
That's
That's me
exactly
right there.
right. He had you beat. Dennis Condrey came firing in the ring.
Boy
and
had
then
a pair of brass knucks. That's the only reason I came in that ring. Hey, he was going to use them knucks on my man right here. We don't allow that in our tag. Who's just coming
That's
right here?
Ricky Gibson.
Yeah, Ricky Gibson.
Yeah, because Dennis came out there and
They were trying
interrupted
to
him.
double team my partner here, David Schultz. They had a pair of brass knucks. Had the whole works fixing to put him out, Lance Russell. I went out there to make a sides even.
That's right, that's it. That's the holy truth.
Make
man.
it
That's
sides
the
even.
holy truth.
Yep, well, I'll tell you what, that isn't the way it looked from here, and you saw exactly what was happening. Robert had gone to the step-over toe hold. He was going into the bridge to get the pin on it. Bang, here comes
Ain't no
Dennis.
way the man can pin this man right here, Lance Russell.
Not when you jumped.
No, sir.
Lance.
Ain't no way.
Lance, Gibson can't beat me. I want to tell you something. Right here in front of the whole television audience, all over the world, they'll be able to say, get the Gibson out here. Show me he can beat me. You wait here, Dennis.
You guys have already had a match in here.
Get him out
David,
here. Come on out here, Gibson.
David,
Look at my man right here.
you guys have already had one match in
That's
here.
okay.
Now,
We're in shape, baby. We go to the gym. We stay in the gym 4 or 5 hours a day. I know you can tell by looking at him. Now look at my man here. He's ready. He's hot, baby. Can't nobody pin this man right here.
well,
I'm telling you, boy.
well,
The impossible dream of 1980. The impossible dream to beat the team. The team consisting of the heartthrob Dennis Condrey and Dr. D. David Schultz. Now, where's Gibson at? He's so good. He's so mighty. Come on out here, you little snotty-nosed punk.
Hey, come on now. Let's just knock off with the conversation. If they want to see. Okay, now I'll show you what kind of guys. We got another tape in there that involved Dennis Condrey's match against Rick Gibson, which took place after it, and just tell me how fair this one was right here, and you'll see what the Gibsons have to do.
All right.
Boy, we're right away into action. One bout to another. Rick Gibson said, let's get under the way, and he's in there, but Dennis Condrey, after a suplex and a clothesline, he puts the Pensacola product down hard several times. And Rick on a backdrop thrown way up in the air. Robert over at ringside. David Schultz, who got disqualified because of Condrey in that last match. Dennis Condrey going all his way as he really has gotten Rick down and has just pounded him. Condrey looking much bigger than the last. Now, at least 20 pounds heavier than the last time I saw him. Looks in great shape. Condrey will go in at 250 or better. He's up. Big power slam. One. And Rick Gibson kicks out. I thought that was going to be it in less than 2 minutes. I've never seen anybody beat Rick Gibson in less than 2 minutes. But Condrey got him early. Mashing those ears. The referee was standing waiting to disqualify him if he drops him on his head. Look at that. Gibson straight up. He backdropped Condrey. The referee was telling Condrey it's illegal. And Gibson Gibson took him straight up in the air over his head. And here comes Rick Gibson. Sleeper. Here comes Schultz. Disqualification on Condrey. Tommy, there it was. David Schultz. You had no business coming out of the corner. Dennis Condrey was supposed to be wrestling
right here.
Yeah.
Hey, he wants to always interfere in a match. Excuse me. Let him interfere right now. Get him in the ring here, Lance Russell.
Yeah, well.
Get him on in here.
Disqualification, I want to point out, in both of those matches on you guys, and that's exactly what happened. David got disqualified. Dennis got disqualified for interview. Listen, David, we told you. You've wrestled. You can stand there all month. Right now, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back. We are not. We are going to take a break. Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, now's your chance to see 13 of the world's greatest professional wrestlers featured in a triple main event at the National Guard Armory in Butyl. That's right. Tonight at 8 o'clock, you can see Big Walter Johnson, ex-pro football player with the Cleveland Browns, versus the fabulous Joe Valiant. And the Von Bronner twins versus Louisville's own Joe Hall and Bill Helm for the United States Tag Team title. See other great stars like Dale Mann versus Ron Starr. See midgets versus midgets. Girls versus girls. You can even see the Masked Assassin versus a 750-pound wrestling bear. Buy your tickets in advance and save $1. Day of Fight, $4 and $5 seats available for adults, $3 for children. This is a chance in a lifetime to see championship wrestling at its best. That's tonight, beginning at 8 o'clock at the National Guard Armory in Butyl. That's tonight, championship wrestling, beginning at 8 o'clock at the National Guard Armory in Butyl. Don't miss it.
You guys, please, just leave it on. You've had your match here, and...
Hey, move me.
We are not going nowhere till the Gibsons come out here. Now, you made a statement that the band had my man here beat. What Google-eyed little freak, he can't beat nobody. Much less this man right here. Now, get him out here, Lance Russell. What seems to be the problem here?
Well, the problem
We're going to have to serve a warrant on him to get him out here or what?
You don't have to serve anything. I was simply commenting on the film. It looked to me that Robert Gibson had David beat till you came in the ring, and that's all.
John Dottis. Yellow John Dottis. That's what they got right down the back. Big old yellow streak.
Rick, hey, you don't have to prove anything.
Let me sell it for you. If he wants me, baby, he can have me right now.
Oh, come on now, Rick. We don't know. Listen, you guys, hey.
Not him.
Rick.
Not him. We want the little young Gibson. No. Not him. No, baby.
No, you ain't pulling this on me. I want the young one out here. Get the young one. You said you
there's a Gibson.
No,
you were talking about the Gibson.
No, we want the young one, baby. Not him. We want the little goo-goo out here.
They wanted a Gibson. There's one right there. He's ready for
You better get out of here while you're healthy. Now, I'm going to tell you something. We want the little young Gibson out here. We want the young Gibson out here. Hey.
Hey, well, you got... Hey, come on. But, hey, listen, if you got... David, you're just causing trouble. You wanted a Gibson, and we had a Gibson out.
We want the young Gibson. That's right there. That's the one we want. The little goo-goo island right there.
Yeah, well, there he is. He keeps hollering for Robert.
Let me tell you, the tape just showed, you just said it, Lance, the tape just showed we can beat y'all any time. Like Lance just said, the tape showed it, baby. It showed it.
All we did was make a comment to that fact that you had him beat when he came roaring in the ring, and now they want...
Hey, Lance, let me put on my tights right here, and I'll be right back out and take care of this. What?
Robert, well... David Schultz apparently, and then Dennis Condrey not leaving. Robert going back to put some tights on. He's going to... So we may not have the last match. We may have another match as David Schultz and... Dennis Condrey refusing to leave out here. We had one Gibson out. They didn't like that Gibson. They wanted another Gibson,
We
so...
want the little young one. We want the
Yeah,
young one
fine.
in here.
Well, he's not afraid of it.
Because there seems to be a little doubt in people's minds who the best is. We're fixing to find
There
out
he is.
right now. Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
Fine. Okay.
I'll stay out here with you.
Okay.
Hey,
Robert
look.
Gibson coming back in.
Hey,
Rick
get him out of
Gibson
here.
gonna, well,
Hey.
no, if you're staying out here, he's gonna stay
Get
out
out of
here.
here, boy. Okay, I'll leave. I'm gone, baby. I'm gone.
Dennis Condrey going out, and Dave, I guess we got to say a make-up match here,
Yeah.
which is fine with me. It was a super match going that we saw the tape on. Yeah, that's great. Here we go. Robert Gibson, David Schultz in action in the ring.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Woo!
Jimmy, we've
This is
had
great,
enough
baby.
trouble.
You know, I'm always looking for top talent, man, and I love this Schultz and Condrey. They're
Yeah, I'll
super.
bet. They'd be right up your alley.
Chair, you know, here I am, watch this, baby.
They're staying it in there. They made a Jew out of it.
Well, here comes Condrey.
Ring the bell. Yeah, okay. Once again, Dennis Condrey interferes. As Condrey comes running in as soon as Robert gets an upper hand. Here comes Rick Gibson. Jimmy Hart jumped. Rick Gibson was coming in, and Hart jumped him from behind. What a mess. Hey, come on.
Robert Gibson being worked on by both Schultz and Condrey up there in the ring, and you see what's going on here between Hart and Rick Gibson.
They got Robert busted open. I just realized that. We were watching this Hart jump on Rick Gibson down here. Rick trying to get up and help his brother out. And Gibson trying to shake loose as Robert in the ring being assaulted by Schultz and Condrey. That's ridiculous. Robert being jumped by both Schultz and Condrey. Rick trying to minister to Robert up there. Wow.
Officially, that's going to be disqualification time on at 34 seconds. Robert gets the win, but not a satisfying one at all.
There wasn't anything official about it. If they can get Robert out, he's asking referee Jerry Calhoun to help him out there, and Schultz and Condrey pounded him hard, and so I tell you what, we're going to take a break and see if they can get Robert back to administer to him. Schultz and Condrey, oh, they just pounded him in here. I was watching Hart down there. Rick Gibson came in and Hart jumped him from behind. He was like a bulldog, like he had him in the teeth. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll take time out, and we're going to be back with more wrestling action right after this. No, you haven't seen all that action that's coming up, by golly. There may still be more to come, so you stay right there. We told you about two particular bouts of interest, boy. A back alley street brawl that's going to have a pole with a strap attached to it, all in one match. Jimmy Hart, how's that? What are you laughing about?
You know why I'm laughing? Because I asked for this match, you big jerk. Two things I hate. Bleach blondes and midgets, man. Bleach blondes and midgets, and let me tell you something. It seems like Louisville has got a lot of bleach blondes and a lot of midgets. But there's going to be two less there this Tuesday night. I can't wait. And as far as the Southern Heavyweight Champion goes, you're looking at the next Southern Heavyweight Champion right here, Paul the King Ellerin.
Yeah,
Tell him, Paul,
Jimmy's
baby.
already hot about you guys stealing that crown away from him.
She told me when he can do that, gas is going to be $2 a gallon.
Well,
You're talking about stealing a crown, Lance. How can you steal something that belongs to you in the first place? This crown was destined to be on my head. Look at this Roman profile. Look at me. Get the camera right in here. Get me. This is a Roman profile. I was destined to be the king the day I was born. And I'm making two decrees. One, your name is now Lance Muscle. 2, I want full-length mirrors in every dressing room I wrestle in. And 3, Handsome Jimmy. Star Wars, Handsome Jimmy, you're going to feel pain you've never felt before. Because I'm going to beat you like I beat my own dog. I'm going to beat you like I beat my dog. I'm going to kick you, and you're going to whimper, and you're going to whine, and you're going to stick your tail between your legs, and you're going to beg, and you're going to say, Mr. Ellering, you are the king of wrestling. Look at this body. Look at this arm. I can't believe it. Look at this body. Whoa.
An enthusiastic Paul Ellering, Jimmy Hart, Ali Hussein. You'll see him Tuesday night. Plenty of action. He really messed up the whole day on what was a nice, peaceful, action-packed day, and then it turned into uncontrolled riot with Schultz and Connery in here. How about let's recap best we can as to what happened today.
Okay, in the opening match, Rick and Robert Gibson against Buddy Wayne and David Oswald. The Gibsons won it. 3 minutes, 28 seconds was the time on it. Then it was David Schultz and Dennis Connery, Dr. D and Mr. C against Bill Dundee and Handsome Jimmy Valiant. We expected it to be one of those action-filled matches. It was. As a matter of fact, it was for the full 10-minute time limit. Time expired after 10 minutes, so the match is a draw between Schultz and Connery and Dundee and Jimmy Valiant. Then we had a change, a match that was previously unscheduled. David Schultz and Dennis Connery out here saying, come on, get the Gibsons out here. They did. They got Robert Gibson in the ring. Robert Gibson against David Schultz. Robert Gibson will get a technical win on it by disqualification because Dennis Connery interfered after 34 seconds, but Gibson also got a bad cut on his forehead, and that was that one. So officially, though, the winner is going to be Robert Gibson.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would add to that is the fact that when Rick Gibson tried to help his brother in there, simply as a matter of that Jimmy Hart, who was out with an interest in Connery and Schultz, lying in wait, jumped him. All the first thing I knew is here is Hart, bang, with Gibson down on the floor, and Hart's on his back holding on to him, looking like a bulldog grabbing onto the leg in there. And he was keeping Rick out of the ring and let Connery and Schultz administer a beating on Robert in there. So that is the way it went. And that is all the time that we have. Championship Wrestling next week. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell. Bye-bye, everybody.
Announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the Jarrett Welch Wrestling Company.